do we have a media watch for you? A controversial candid camera in Brazil? James Creedon has the explanations.
It was Sunday night, Mark, a show called the Silvio Santos Program.
I'd have watched that.
Yes, and you had a Menina Fantasma, which is a ghost girl. Now, I'm probably already giving away too much. Let's have a look at some of the pictures of this show that ran on Sunday night in Brazil. Ever since, it has been a topic of conversation on social media and in the media in Brazil, because you can see this lady here getting into a lift, and something happens. And it doesn't just happen to her, it happens to others. Let's take a look at an extract.
Oh la la!
Yeah, it's funny, but it's also terrifying.
I don't find it. It's strange.
Yeah, and so the lights go off. They think a ghost has appeared when the lights go back on.
Yeah.
And they do this to person after person after person after group of women after person, and it's all very, very scary. And you can see actually if we have pictures.
That's a little girl as well, isn't it? Who's playing the role of the ghost.
Who's acting very well, it must be said. This guy here at the end as well. What happens to him is he ends up being chased out of the lift by the little girl. It was all very scary, Mark. And as we're looking at those pictures, I'll tell you what the Inquisitor in the US said, that this is an effort basically to boost ratings. Boost ratings, you see? At the expense of this poor divil here being absolutely petrified. And there he is, not looking very masculine there, running off with the 6-year-old in hot pursuit. Anyway, that's what people are saying. It's a bid to boost ratings, and there's been a lot of criticism. It's had 7 million hits on YouTube, that video, over 7 million hits. The French press is talking about it. That's where I saw it, in fact, first.
Does the fact that we're looking at it and it's had that many hits say it all about lowest common denominator and all this kind of stuff? Well, because we were having a discussion over dinner about, because we eat together in the canteen here at France 24, about quality television.
Yes.
And do people want to watch quality television, or do they want to watch things like that?
I think sometimes they just want to watch things like that, even if it's wrong.
Or is that, James, a quality stunt?
I suppose
you, the viewer, will decide. It's up to you.
The very fact that it was controversial got even more people looking. And that's what happens too with newspapers and magazines. If they have a controversial front page, they sell out. We saw it recently in France with Charlie Hebdo, with other controversial front pages. They
human
sell.
nature. It's the nature of the beast. It's the way it is. It's about sensationalism, and that was sensational. But did it go too far? That's the question.
That is the question.
Okay, James always goes too far. What's next?
Well, we'll ask this question too about whether The Onion sometimes goes too far. Now, what happened here is The Onion, satirical news website in the US, voted that the North Korean leader would be named the sexiest man alive for 2012. And there he is, sitting on top of a horse.
Lovely horse, by the way.
Yes.
Lovely horse.
And they said, with his devastatingly handsome round face, his boyish charm, his young, sturdy frame, blah, 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 the Pyongyang-born heart throb is every woman's dream come true, right? Now, that was picked up word for word by the People's Daily Online. They didn't really get the humour. And you can see even, I think, that's going back to the previous story. This isn't the first time that has happened with an Onion story. About 2 months ago, the Iranian news agency Fars, perhaps appropriately named, because the English word farce is pretty much what it was. Rural whites prefer Ahmadinejad to Obama. Not true, but they didn't really pick up on that. Now, The Onion, this is their website. They always do pretty funny satirical stuff. But a year ago, as The Guardian points out here, they did a story about a fake hostage taking at the Congress by congressmen. Now, either you see the funny side of it and you think, ha, 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 but they were live tweeting it, and I believe that some people kind of thought that maybe it was serious, and you had Twitter sort of curators, or self-appointed curators, such as Andy Carvin of National Public Radio, saying, wonder if New Yorkers would find it as funny if The Onion had made a similar joke about an attack on Wall Street and Lower Manhattan. So I suppose the question is this evening, How far, can you cross a red line when you're trying to be funny?
It can be childish, can't it? It can be snobbish as well. There's this horrible... I mean, the way they're talking about the North Korean leader, it's incredibly snobby.
Yes,
it's anti-people with round faces. It's that kind of thing, and poking fun, and that's playground bully kind of stuff. I found The Onion a bit childish sometimes.
I think,
my view.
And you're not alone in it, Mark. I think some people would agree, even if they're also funny.
Maybe they can contact us and tell us what they think of our programme. We like the feedback. Great stuff. James, thank you. James Creedon. Blame him with Media Watch. Blame me too.